Hey guys, all right, I'm going to talk to you guys about behavior theory. I learned about this in college and I figured that was way too late. It made a big difference for me, and I'm hoping that understanding this theory helps you understand a lot more about how much control you actually have about your own behavior and the things in your life that you get to choose and decide make a big difference. So I figure the sooner you know this, the sooner you can make choices that align with your value system. What we're looking at is this behavior car, and the theory is based on a scientist named, his last name is Glasser, so it's called Glasser's behavior car. And what he said was, we're gonna take this car and we're gonna cut this car in half, and we're gonna do that and pretend like we can see the back of the car here. This is kind of like your things that you don't really have a whole lot of control of. And I'm going to draw some exhaust coming out of my car here. And what's coming out is stuff like um, the things that drive our engines. If we're a car, what really gets you going? So things like stress. Maybe something happens, you got some sort of event. Somebody in your family gets sick, or your dog has an injury, something upsets you. So that is kind of like the exhaust. Something happened, or something event that happens is called a trigger. It triggers your brain to start releasing messages, and those neurotransmitters go through your brain, and you're going to have these feelings, and you don't get to control the back of the car, right? So the backside, this is all stuff that you do not get to control. So I'm going to write that down here on this side. And I wish I had a piece of paper and I could just write it and you could see it, but this is what we're doing today. So I'm going to write, you cannot control this part. Okay, you don't get to control your feelings. The signal comes through. The amygdala is in the very center of the brain, and it releases little chemicals, and you have feelings like anger or happiness. All of those are chemically based. So when you're feeling good and everything's fine and calm, that serotonin is sending that message. Dopamine is like, I'm happy, everything's great. You have different feelings for about 90 seconds. It takes about 90 seconds for those neurotransmitters to get absorbed into your brain cells and for that feeling to go away. Your physiology, that's kind of like your heart rate, your blood pressure. So let's say something bad happens, you get upset, you get mad. Well, we call that the fight or flight. You can feel your heart rate start to increase, and maybe your blood pressure goes up, and your body is poised and ready to either fight something like the tiger that jumped out of the bushes and scared you, or you're going to run away. So we call that flight. So that's the physiology. That's what your body is preparing for. So the front half of this car is the half that you can control. So over here, let's write that on our paper if you have paper. You can control the front part. So what are you going to do? This is where you are. You are in the driver's seat. You get to decide what you want to do here. So I'm making my little driver's seat. That's you. You're in the driver's seat. You're going to steer this and decide what you want to do about it. So sometimes what happens is somebody does something or they feel something and they just keep thinking about it. And every time you keep thinking that same thought, those same feelings keep happening. Like, oh gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Why did I say that? Or why did I do that? And you just keep thinking the same thing. Well, then your body releases all the same chemicals and you have those same feelings again and again. So you have to remember that you get to control your thinking. You can steer this away and think something different, and that can help you manage your emotions. So we call that executive functioning. When you're in the driver's seat, you change your thinking, you can change how you feel about stuff. So thinking different things like, well, maybe that wasn't meant to hurt me, or that wasn't meant to scare me, can dial down that stress response. And then your actions, that's what you're going to do about it. So that decision that you make about whether you're going to fight or you're going to flee, you're going to run away, that's your choice. You get to decide that. You're in the driver's seat. You have control over that. And so this is what results in the total of your behavior, is that you are having these feelings and these things happen, but you're in the driver's seat. You get to choose which path you want to take, and you are steering your behavior car. So behavior is a choice. As your brain matures and you develop, you get more self-control. You get more control over your feelings by changing your thinking or changing your behaviors and what you're going to do about things. You can manage and control those feelings. Just remember, it only lasts for 90 seconds. If you can, get your mad, angry, frustrated emotion to pass by taking some deep breaths, get control over that stress, 90 seconds will go by and you'll be in a better place to make a better decision so that you can choose what you want for yourself in your life. All right, so that's Glasser's behavior car.